Hello everybody, my name is SKCryptoK with a quick tutorial video about the latest elephant money farms and what exactly you are looking at. So just know that the elephant money farms are a zero fee, high yield, trustless savings and income portfolio system. This is where you will want to pair your trunk with your favorite assets to farm trunk with zero impermanent loss. You can withdraw your principal risk-free at any time. Now, what's very different here compared to any other LP farm out there is you're taking two digital assets, but you're not actually creating an LP token with them, but you are dual depositing them with no fees, a high yield, and a completely trustless system to where the funds that you put in are only accessible by you and your private key. None of the funds entering this system can be reappropriated into anything else, and there is zero custodial access to those funds. When the farms launch, there will be a dozen to choose from, everything from BUSD, Bitcoin Binance, Ethereum, Wrapped BNB, Cake, USDT, XRP, USDC, DAI, Dogecoin, Cardano, and MATIC. So each of these pools will have an APR range between 12.5% APR all the way up to 125% APR when Trunk is at peg. And currently, while Trunk is around 43 cents, the APR is 52.7 for any of the pools that have a 10x multiplier. Now, all of these farms will launch with a 10x multiplier, and over the next year, some of these may be adjusted. In addition to new farms may come out that may have a multiplier all the way down to 1x, which would make it a 12.5% APR, whereas a 10x, which is 10 times 12.5, would be 125% APR. So that's how you get the range. You can pause and read here. Everything with the elephant money farms are open source and verified, secure and audited, trustless and self-sovereign, and the lossless liquidity management, which is the key innovation to this farm over any of the others. But essentially, the farms implement lossless saver pools, which cannot suffer from impermanent loss. This dual staking model ensures the coins you deposit are the coins you can withdraw. Furthermore, even when the market suffers a downturn, your yield is calculated based on 2 times your trunk position in the farms. You can earn even more long-term by staking when Trunk is below peg, and we'll go over that in a second. In regards to entering one of these farms, I'll show an example where I enter USDC, but you'll want to select the saver pool where you can see an individualized readout of the rewards from this specific pool. If you happen to be in multiple ones, you can check each one out. But the first step you're going to want to do is approve the contract. And after they're approved, you'll get a message at the top right that says so. And when you go select the farm again, your UI is going to look different. This is where you'll be able to deposit your blue chip or stable, in this case USDC, with an equivalent dollar value of Trunk. So if I were to hit deposit, if I had USDC, I'd be able to type that in or hit max. And as long as I had the equivalent amount of Trunk in my wallet, I can then deposit. But we'll come back to this in a second. I'm going to go back in. And just know that if you are building rewards here, you can come down and claim the rewards out. And additionally, you can withdraw your entire balance within this saver pool and then revoke the contract as well. If you happen to have any of your funds on a different blockchain, such as Ethereum or Polygon, I'll leave a link in the description below for Hyphen. But after you connect your wallet to the website and you're on the appropriate blockchain, under the bridge tab, you'll come down, and in this case, I am going to be going from Ethereum over to BNB. But just some of the lists here, you can see they have Phantom, Avalanche, Polygon, and there are other bridges to choose from out there, such as elk.finance. However, for this purpose, we're just going to use Hyphen. Now, once you have your source chain and your destination chain set, you'll choose the coin that you want to transfer, which in this case will be USDC. And you'll see I have 1,370 USDC that I would like to transfer over. Now, if you're new to any bridges and you're unsure if it'll work, you should always send a test amount, maybe just $50 or so. However, I use Hyphen quite a bit and I know this will work. And then I will pay the transaction in the appropriate amount of Ethereum, and then I will hit transfer. During a bridge process, you really don't want to change networks or restart your device or refresh the page you're on. Just let it run its course. Also, for any of you that are new, if you're bringing any of your funds over to the Binance Smart Chain, just remember you need to have BNB in your wallet for any of the gas transactions. Some of the bridges out there will actually allow you to swap a small amount of the funds you're sending into gas of the native chain. Hyphen does not do that. However, you can do your research and find others that do. Looks like this took about 7 minutes, but it is complete. If you do come from Polygon over to the BSC, should be a lot faster. So now, coming back to the USDC pool, I'm going to select it, go to deposit, and now you'll see the 1300 USDC I just bridged over. And then as I type out how much USDC I'm going to put in, it will estimate how much Trunk will need to be in your wallet in order to stake. So in this case, I'll need 236 Trunk in my wallet, which I have 430. So this should work when I hit deposit. Now, when I come back to the pool, I can actually see the 100 USDC right here with the 236 Trunk that I put in. However, this is a total tracker for all the participants that are in here. But right now I'm the only one. But just remember that your farm value is based on 2 times the Trunk that you put in. So my 236 times 2 is actually a farm value worth 473 Trunk in this individual readout right here. And over time, in this green area, I will see the amount of rewards that I've accrued here. If I happen to be in several of these farms besides USDC, I can just go up to the top. I will have a cumulative readout right here of how much Trunk value that I have. And then over time, I'll see my available rewards that I can go into each pool and claim out. And when I do such, it'll be tracked right here in the claim section. And then also, if I happen to have a downline in my herd, much like Stampede, I will earn 1% reward split 50-50 between them and myself. Now, in regards to the right side here, this is just a total tracker of how many participants, TVL, price, in addition to a tutorial, the Pancake Swap page if you were to hit this Trunk button, and then the BSC scan page if you were to hit the vault button. Coming over to the Trunk page very briefly here where the governance strategy contracts are. It's not here at time of recording. There will be a new community button to push that will update the price of Trunk for the farms. And I believe it'll be called TWAP for time weighted average price. And any community member that hits it will actually get paid 10 cents per farm that it calculates out, just as an incentive for anybody to keep pushing it and only it. I don't think you get paid from these other ones though. Now, the last thing to review is how exactly the funds coming in are used. So the entire point of the farms is to give everybody an option to safely store their blue chip assets and stables during any market condition. And because there's no impermanent loss, just know that if you were to get into the Bitcoin side and you throw in 1 Bitcoin Binance here, you can come back 2, 3, or 5 years from now and you will pull out the very same Bitcoin that you put in. It's not reappropriated into anything like buying Trunk or Elephant in the background. It is literally locked as a constant into your personal vault. Now, the benefit to the ecosystem is that all the blue chips that are coming in count towards the overall TVL of Elephant Money, which is going to help put this platform in front of hedge funds and institutional money that will get in well after the community positions themselves. Now, in regards to the Trunk price being 43 cents right now, when it comes to positioning into the farm, you want to be able to overstuff as much Trunk as you can while the price is under peg. And one of the main reasons why is because you will earn off of a bonus Trunk amount the earlier and cheaper of the Trunk you position in with. So let's look at an example right now. So going from left to right, let's look at an example where Trunk price happens to be 33 cents, which is well below peg. And at this price, the farm APR happens to be 43.5%. Now, you decide to go into the BUSD Trunk pool with 10,000 BUSD and $10,000 worth of Trunk, which would be 30,303 Trunk tokens. So as discussed, your BUSD side is completely ignored and stays constant, and everything is based off 2 times the Trunk value of 30,000 tokens. So down here, your Trunk tokens times 2 is basically 60,000 tokens. And so your farm value at the start will be worth $20,000, which essentially is what you have anyway, $10,000 worth of Trunk with the 10,000 BUSD. But this is ignored, and then this is times 2, 20,000. So coming over here, you stayed in the farm until Trunk price went to peg at 99 cents. The farm APR is now 125%. Your BUSD is still just there and constant, but your trunk side of 30,000 tokens that you were able to stuff in is now technically worth $30.3 thousand. And because trunk price went from 33 cents and 3x'd all the way to 99 cents, that means that your farm value also 3x'd. Let that sink in for a second. You are now earning 125% APR based on $60,000 worth of value. However, your trunk of 30,000 tokens is only worth $30,000 and your ignored BUSD is $10,000. This is a total value of $40,000 that your farm position has grown to, yet you're earning off of 60,000. Do you see the advantage? Now, let's say you get all excited and then you make a mistake by breaking your farm position and then you re-enter. What happens to that 60,000? So coming back down, we're still pegged on the trunk price, earning 125% APR. But remember, you pulled out your 10,000 BUSD and you pulled out all 30,000 tokens. But when you go back in, you can only put your 10,000 BUSD back with only 10,000 trunk tokens, leaving you an excess trunk amount of 20,000 tokens. And so this farm of your trunk times 2 is now earning 125% APR off of $20,000. So then, okay, now you just decide to take your excess trunk, split it in half, and then enter it into your BUSD and trunk side, which will look like this over here. Your BUSD jumps up to 20,151 and your trunk tokens is now 20,151. This times 2 is a farm value of $40,000 that you're earning 125% on, which is not the $60,000 that you were originally earning from. So this means two things. Anytime that the trunk price is actually going down on the chart, because there will be volatility, you want to buy up trunk and pair it with a stable or blue chip to strengthen your position in the farm. Because the more you're doing that, the more of this advantage you're gaining whenever trunk happens to be below peg. So if you're in the farms early, it's best to get in and stay in. So any of the rewards that you're earning out of the farm or Stampede or native staking, you can take all of that trunk and try to pair it with fresh blue chip assets or stable and then strengthen your position in the farm. If you don't have any fresh funds and don't know what to do with your available rewards from the farm, you can simply claim them out and throw them into your Stampede where you're compounding and earning anyway. And then just know, since everything is on a peg adjusted APR rate for the farms, native staking, and Stampede, it is in the community's best interest to keep trunk at peg so then everybody can win and earn a high APR. Stampede, for example, goes all the way up to 205% APR, but is locked in value. So if you don't want to go into there, your next best bet is to come into the farms, which maxes out at 125% APR, but you are holding liquid assets to where your blue chip and stable side of the assets are a complete backstop no matter what happens to the trunk price. So if you put in 50,000 BUSD with $50,000 worth of trunk, even if trunk went back down to floor price of 20 cents, you would still have your 50,000 BUSD that is immutable and constant. So overall, the farms do act as a really good in-between from Stampede's locked position up to 205% and between the native staking's 70 or 80% whenever it's back at peg. But this nice in-between on the APRs gives you great exposure to other tokens you may have otherwise not considered, or maybe you just have a bag burning a hole in your wallet and you want a place to earn a high yield. So hopefully this made sense. If you would like to support me, I will leave my herd address down in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And as always, until next time, please stay safe out there, stay blessed, and make good choices with your crypto.